Hi, my name is Tom Deckert, and I'm here at Soniscope Studios, where today Austin will be interviewing the Colourflies.
Told me you'll always wonder the story, but never know it. They always said that people just didn't take the time. Now she's dead, gun to her head, squeezed her life to blow it. Maybe the Randy could have been happy inside. I'm the same now, nothing but pain here with. I'm the same. I'm sad, nothing means something, mommy. It's in my heart that beats flying. It's in my wants that needs dying. It's in my heart that beats flying. It's in my wants that needs dying. My soul is safe.
So, the Colourflies, joined us in the studio today at Soniscope Studios in Spokane, Washington. Thank you for your performance, man. That was great. And I'm curious to know how long you've been together, and kind of what the future holds, given the state of things these days.
We have been together for a long, long time, and we were teenagers.
That's not enough.
We were teenagers.
A long time ago.
I don't know if he's trying to obscure our age or whatever.
I am. I'm trying to be like they do the 30 is the new 40 kind of thing. That's right.
I mean, Devin and I were in the 11th grade when our band was like finalized as being together.
And we were
So,
playing
Okay.
gigs shortly.
which was like 2011 or
Shortly after
2010,
that.
2011. Yeah,
We were playing shows within our first, probably 3.
not good ones.
They were good. They were New Year's Eve parties.
I think that we were just excited about being a band and the prospect of playing shows, and didn't think very much about all the logistics of being good, because I distinctly remember having like no microphone capability at multiple shows, not having mic stands,
Not
in
having
those
guitar
early
cords that
ones.
worked.
Yeah.
They were bad shows, but
To our credit, at our very first show that we ever played, after only being a band for like a couple months, was it like 3 months of being a band or something? We did do one song well that night.
hey,
The other songs were horrible train wrecks.
one day we'll release that tape and
We'll release part of it.
Memory Lane.
I'm surprised you don't have your camcorder in here doing stuff.
Yes.
Left it home.
That's going to
I'm
be
a
like
new man.
your thing that the media associates you with, is that VHS
That's right.
tape recorder.
That's right.
Okay, so like 10 years-ish.
Yes. You were
And you recently worked on a new album, or are working on right
currently
now?
working on a new album.
Okay.
I think it's just about finished.
Pretty much
as far
finished.
as,
It is
like,
pretty much done
tracks.
now, yeah.
Mhm.
Just mixing and mastering.
Yep.
you know.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And when was the last time y'all played a show?
Just now.
Before before this.
We probably on tour. Oh no, we played the Cucks opening thing. Remember? We played with
Oh
these,
yeah,
with these
reopening
atmospheric.
of a house show.
Yeah, these atmospheric hipstery bands we played with.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
People
yeah.
hated us. So
Yeah.
Was that last year after all of the COVID stuff, or even
That-
before that?
that was
It
way
was-
before
Yeah,
that.
it was,
Gosh,
it was
that was
like in
before
fall
that,
or
yeah.
something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the industry really has taken a hit here.
Not,
That's-
the good kind, not the good kind.
That's
of
the
hate.
Right.
real reason we don't have shows now.
That's right.
how long have each of you individually been playing your instrument, and what kind of
Same amount of time.
got you
That's-
inspired?
That's the funny thing about the band is literally
We picked up our instruments for the band.
I mean,
Okay.
and we've
Yeah.
been friends since high school. I mean, it's crazy, but like, we wouldn't be playing music if it wasn't for the band, and we wouldn't be playing our respective instruments if it wasn't for the band.
I think you were playing guitar for like a couple
Yeah.
years before you started.
Yeah, like,
I wouldn't necessarily call it playing.
I learned
that was my first 2 years of guitar.
piano and guitar in middle
Maybe-
school,
yeah.
and like I had never played bass before.
Yeah,
But
very different.
Matt and I had some mutual interests in music in general, and he told me he wanted to start a band and asked me if I'd ever played bass before, which I hadn't. And he said, "Well, you should," and just kind of convinced
I was
me
like,
to.
Well,
So
you're a
I
bassist,
asked
so
on Facebook if anyone that we knew had one, and I wound up borrowing one for the first like while of us being a band.
And I was like, it's just like a guitar. It just has 4 strings.
No, well, and then Devin's
Should be
story
easier,
right? Devin's story is funnier though, because we had another drummer beforehand that we started out the band with, but he wasn't gonna be long term. He had like a whole he had to
like,
go
a
live
whole
his
Mormon
life. Yeah,
Mormon
thing.
he
mission
was
to
gonna
the
get married.
Philippines.
He wasn't gonna be. But I was. Devin and I were dating at the time, and Matt was like, "Isn't Devin really good at rock band?" I thought at the drums in rock band, and I guess like somehow that just translated into being like, "Well, I guess that's the same as
I don't know.
drumming."
Yeah, like back then I was like,
Yeah,
I think
it was-
I could put together the
killed
pieces.
it.
Yeah, he did.
yeah, I did pick it up pretty
The
quick.
first
But-
practice we had, he started playing
Master Ex-
Painkiller, and my dad came upstairs and was like, "Are you playing Judas Priest?"
And Master Exploder.
Yeah.
We played that. We
He
also
was
jammed
like, "There's no fucking way that guy hasn't played the drums before."
Yeah.
So
I
it's
guess
like-
it kind of worked out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like back then I was like, I could just put these pieces together,
Yeah.
kind of hobble on stage with this band, you know. We could get good.
Yeah.
And eventually we recorded Charlie Brown, which was our first real big thing that we really, you know.
Yeah, that was definitely the best thing we recorded
You know,
back
you were
then.
there.
Built to Spill was a good recording too.
Yeah, Built to Spill.
But like it didn't have the production that
No.
we did.
But
so
we
many
tonight
takes of
played
that
it,
song,
so
of
good.
Charlie Brown.
but
Very cool.
but yeah, so it's like, yeah, we put the pieces together early and that was the band. It has continued.
And I did have other musical background. I played trumpet before, and like when I was in band, I started doing school band in like 6th grade, and I always like listened to like the percussion line and stuff and paid attention. So it's like I was
Yeah.
He's
also
totally got a
exposed to
brain
it.
for that. He can pick up like any instrument and just be like,
Yeah, I'm a very
out
visual
beautiful
learner.
melodies
If I
super
could watch other
fast.
people do it, I
Yeah.
can like
And
figure it out.
after school, I would, because I had nothing to do because I was a loser. But I would lock not at that point. This point, I would lock myself in the. I would steal a pair of drumsticks and lock myself in the band room and just play drums
yeah,
for
like skip class.
4 hours.
Jeez.
You know, after school and during school. And people hated me. But I learned how to play the drums and then I made demos. And once I made the demos, I was like, this is kind of what I want to do with the band.
Cool.
So once we did that, it was like, oh, okay, we have a foundation and this is kind of how it's going. And then after that, everybody started writing everything, their own parts. And then we really became a band. When that first record came out, we were really a band.
Cool.
You know.
It was really obvious what our influences back then were too.
Yeah.
We're a little better. We're a little better at hiding
all
it.
of those songs have like one parallel song within like our influences. that
Yeah.
is, like,
Yeah, now we
almost
mix
one to
together
one.
several songs. So
Yeah,
you
we
can't-
mixed more songs together to rip off more songs to make something kind of
You gotta diversify your
rip-offs.
your what's the
Inspiration?
derivative
That's right.
songs.
That's what they call us, derivative. So, that's press written on us. It's real.
Wait, really? That's great.
At some point, at one point, yeah, definitely.
Well,
Hopefully
everything's
not-
derivative by definition.
road you roll. You're a space show as a message you sow. Remember to say what's next, falling down the line. Just softly and sublime. Hopeful as hope exists, but crueler to be.
Future look like, kind of with the way things are going in the industry?
Well, I
for
think
you guys?
I think the future is a new kind of basic representation of artists in a way that you don't have to load into a sweaty club and play and in front of strangers. You can be yourself and be a singular singular performance, and it can go out to a bunch of people.
I think the technological capability, I think it's more common for venues and just people who want to put on shows to have the technology and capability to stream the shows. So I think overall, like, sound and video engineering quality is just going to kind of rise, and I think it'll give a lot of artists more freedom to just kind of put their work out there and have that be kind of the bottom line of just existing. But as far as us, I don't know if any of us are so technologically skilled that we have that advantage.
No, definitely not. So we're idiots. So
But
so
as
what?
long as people are doing stuff like this and we have the ability
We're
to
too
Yeah, exactly.
old.
But yeah,
old to learn, yeah.
we don't understand it.
old docs.
But yeah, honestly though, we think with this record, this is definitely the best thing we've ever done, and the most produced, and it's produced by Ken from the Posies, and
It's
we
the
went
most
and
us
shuttled,
also.
and by us, and we shuttled back and forth from Seattle, and we took planes, and
Recorded in Portland.
that's right. So
That's cool.
this is
Yeah.
this is pretty much a culmination of the 10 years, I feel like, of the
Very
band,
nice.
because it's very much something we want to do.
Very cool. I've always been curious about the name. Where did the Colourflies come from?
It's just a bad name for a bad band early on. I wanted to be called the Mud Puppies, and
Okay.
Everyone hated that.
Matt and I
that
have
sound.
differing opinions on this because I swear that our friend threw it out as an angsty joke, but Matt insists that he had already considered the name or that it was already an idea.
Yeah.
I just vaguely remember him telling us that our friend
I'm-
Nick had said, you should just name your band something all like lame like the Colourflies
Yeah,
with a U in it.
I'm honestly gonna recant my previous thing. I think you're right. I remember him
Or you
text.
just
But didn't
liked
you
it so
add the
much
U?
that you were like, that's exactly
I
it."
added the U because of my grandmother's British and some
Okay.
of our favorite bands are English bands,
And
the
Nick
Beatles
liked
and
to joke
Black
about
Sabbath.
it being pretentious.
Exactly.
I think in a loving way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that was like we're like, oh, that's a good enough name for me, I suppose. And when it never changed, and yeah, I don't really think of the name anymore, really.
Yeah.
When I think of us, I don't think of Over the Color. I just
It is weird how the
Matt, Matey,
yeah.
and Devin. I don't really think of it as the name.
Yeah,
But last night at the gig last night, somebody came up to me and was like, "Oh, the Colourflies guy." So,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Bless you.
so yeah,
So do you have a favorite venue in Spokane to play, or
Aren't they all
in
closed?
Not one that is
Seattle?
still
I know,
open.
Right?
they're
They
all
are.
closed. We opened up for the Posies of the Bartlett for
That
a
place was
sold out
cool.
show, and that was pretty.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite show by far.
There you go.
In terms
Except
of,
for-
like the sound engineer really knew what he was
He
doing.
he did.
Had some bad
Yeah.
experiences with just.
Sound people hate us and me.
Should we
I
tell-
think that we're weird about like our ideas of how we should sound versus what actually sounds good
Yeah.
to some people. I
Well,
don't know.
I definitely
That's
agree
true.
with
Like the sound engineer at
the
the
Grail.
observatory and,
And the-
well, the
yeah.
Grail, obviously. That was horrible. But I was gonna say.
Well, I ran into that guy. He doesn't have the long mullet anymore.
Oh,
And
yeah.
guess what? He was like, I've been following you guys. I'm so proud of you. I was beside myself. Like, you work when the Grail reopened, I was there with Tom, and literally the guy was there doing sound. And he was like,
That's so funny.
He's
like,
like,
well,
I
guess
can't-
You've been around long enough.
I
that
can't
can
believe
say
you guys
it's
are a
not
band
anymore."
still amazing. I've been following you guys.
He lectured
That guy
Matt
hated
about his
us.
amp for
He
like 40
fucking
minutes.
hated us.
Jesus.
No, and then there was
Dude.
like this.
He would
like,
cut our
battle
sound.
Of, like, yeah, he would come up on stage and like turn Matt's volume
Yeah.
knobs down, and then
or
Matt
like
would
take
turn
the
around
microphone.
and like. turn-
Ridiculous.
And you'd always be like, you're drumming way too loud.
Yeah.
No, and then I don't know if it was like his like musical preference, but he's one of those people that's like bass should be accent to guitar. So I'd be like, please turn it up. And then he would turn it up a little bit, and then halfway through our set, I know he was turning it down because it's just like, I understand, but like
You could see him.
We got to release one of those Grail
that,
CDs.
but that's why the
Yeah, they
Bartlett's
used to
my
give
favorite
the-
because I had the best.
Oh, I remember.
The
they
Grail
would-
used to give you this
Yeah.
shitty paper
Worst
thin
mix of your
mix
life.
on a CD, and just fucking.
And did they charge for that?
No,
Was it-
no,
Okay.
they gave it to you
No,
because it
it
was
was
awful.
Yeah.
I think they had a desk
I don't
console
think
that
they
like
could have
spit the
gotten
CD
away
out.
with charging.
Yeah, horrible. Vocals and drums only.
That's
They were
funny.
bad.
watching in studio. Remember to like, subscribe, and smash that notification button, but only once, because if you smash it twice, it'll go away. If you smash it 3 times, it'll come back. Remember